And now we're moving to our next three speakers. That's Preeti Shukla, Amba Kulkarni, and Devanand Shukla. So Preeti Shukla from the Central Sanskrit University in New Delhi, and Amba Kulkarni from University of Hyderabad, and Devanand Shukla from Central Sanskrit University in New Delhi as well. Who'll be talking about revival of ancient Sanskrit teaching methods using computational platforms. So please, I'm very excited about this talk, being a Sanskritist myself.
Thank you very much. Dr. Preeti Shukla will be presenting on our behalf, and first of all, I would like to thank Professor Marina for giving us this opportunity to share our work with all of you. And it was nice to know about Professor Koshak, about whom really I was not aware of the great work which he has done. And thank you very much for introducing us to this giant. Over to Preeti.
Yes, it's visible perfectly, thank you.
Okay. So we will be going through what the pedagogical tools were mentioned in the ancient text, and how can we decode a text, a particular Sanskrit text, if we want to understand it from the beginning. So how do we decode it? So there are some steps, few steps where the ancient texts have taught us to decode it step by step in a scaffolding manner, and then using these tools, these tools were very useful for us in developing computational tools, so that computers can decode these texts for us. Although it is not completely possible, there has to be a human and machine transaction or kind of interaction. So with the help of these, we have prepared some computational tools for decoding the text, and through these tools, we have even prepared an e-reader sort of, so a person can read on his own, or you can use it as a teaching platform. So moving on. So this is the strategy which has been used by the ancient text. Padacheda padarthoti vigraha vakya yojana akshepasya samadhanam vyakhyanam panchalakshanam. So there are 5 steps in decoding a text. So the first step is to separate sandhi between the words. So there is a euphonic transformation between two words, So where we separate these words, it comes as a continuous string of letters, a continuous string of letters. So we decipher it and we split it into 2. Okay, so there is padacheda. The second step is padarthoti, that is explanation of meaning of words. So we have this morphological tags which we provide, whatever the gender or a person or whatever is been, all the information which is contained in a word, this has been decoded out here. Then we have this vigraha, that is dissolution of compounds. So there are lots of compounds in Sanskrit text. So to decipher them, we need to decipher them, we need to split them first into 2 components, then to 3, 4, there are many components, goes to 7 components too. So we have to decode them, and then we have to provide a paraphrase sort of, for understanding which kind of a compound it's been used in text. And then we have this vakya yojana, that is parsing of the sentence. So we have a word order. So in Sanskrit we have subject, object and verb. So in that manner, there are 2 possible word orders like Daṇḍānvaya and Khaṇḍānvaya. So we will be discussing on these 2 word orders. And then we have akshepasya samadhan, that is clearance of any kinds of doubts which we have, or person or reader has, either through dictionary meaning or through word sense disambiguation. So we will look into each again by examples. So we have this sandhi vicheda. So we have taken a popular Bhagavad Gita text and a popular verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 47. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phuleshu kadachana ma karma phale heturbhu mate samdosta karmani. So we have a continuous text. We have split it into 2. So now we have karmani eva adhikara te. So these words have been split from the continuous string of letters. And then ma phaleshu kadachana, ma karma phale hetuhu. So now we notice this hyphens which has been given in between karma phale and hetuhu. So this is a compound word, and we have written it in a manner where we can understand it as a compound word. Akarmani again is a compound word. Then the pada vishleshana, the morphological tags which we are providing. So we are giving the gender information, the case marker, the vachana, and for Tigan, for the verbal decoration, we have given this voice, tenses and moods, purusha, number, padi, dhatu, and gan. So again, we have seen before that a compound is been split either in 2 components or in 3 components. So now we have this karma phala hetuhu. So now 2 components when we split it. So we give a kind of a bracket sort of a thing. So we have karma phala and then karma phala hetuhu. Okay, so karma phala is identified. We have given it a tag, sort of T6. So that is tatpurusha, shashti tatpurusha. So karma phala, we have first given that compound naming, and then karma phala hetuhu, that is bahuvrihi, shashti bahuvrihi. So the paraphrase, when we paraphrase it, we name it as karmana phala, karma phalam, that is tatpurusha. Karmani phalam hetuhu, yasya saha, karma phala hetuhu. So a person can understand at first glance that what the compound, what type of a compound it is, and how it is being tagged. We have even provided the graphical representation, which I will be showing in the actual presentation, implementation. So the natural order, now Vakya Yojana, the 4th step which we had discussed about. So we have this Visheshana Puriskritya Visheshan Tadanantaram Kartri Karma Kriyayuktam Etat Anvaya Lakshanam, which gives us that starting with adjectives, targeting the head words in the order of Kartri, Karma and Kriya gives an anvaya, a natural order of verbs. So now 2 possible past orders, which is the main topic of our presentation, is Daṇḍānvaya and Khaṇḍānvaya. So what are these 2? First we will start with Daṇḍānvaya. Ade Visheshanam Yojyam Visheshyam Tadanantaram Tvanam Kyap Pravrityabhyam Purvam Daṇḍānvaya. The adjective should be added before the substantive. So we have this adjective and the substantive. So we will be giving the Visheshyam before the Visheshyam, so as to say, and then we have this Tvan, and Lyap suffixes followed by the verb. So it is a kind of a linear presentation, which gives you a linear mode of showing how a sentence is being deciphered. So it is an exposition of the text word by word as per their structural occurrence in the sentence. The second parse order is Khaṇḍānvaya. So here we have, after the verbs have been provided in the order of Kartri, Karma and Kriya, the WH question should be framed accordingly in case suffixes such as kaha, kim, kena, kada, kasma, kebhya. So and again, the words in accusative case pertain to lyap, tumun, and twa suffixes should be added before applying the WH question. So I will be providing an example about this. So first we will talk about the commonality between these 2 methods. So both are analytical synthetic processes in which several units of the sentences are combined through the comprehension of the relationship of the words by the means of principles of akanksha, that is mutual expectancy, yogyata, that is consistency, sanidhi, proximity, and finally the students are led to a unified and comprehensive meaning or purport of a passage as a whole, of a text or a passage as a whole, tatparya. And what are the distinctness of these 2 methods? So in Daṇḍānvaya, the subject is generally picked up. So we have this order of subject, object and verb. So here the subject is picked up followed by the other arguments of the verbs, and finally the verb is given. While in Khaṇḍānvaya method, the verb is initially picked up followed by the arguments. So we have these WH questionnaires which we put forth to the students, and we try to extract answers from them. So it is a kind of interaction between a student and the teachers. So questions in the Khaṇḍānvaya can also be framed to enhance the aesthetic prominence of a text, or to bring more, highlight the spirit or sentiment of the piece, rather than its grammatical aspect. So, Karmaneva Adhikara, that this whole verse has been split into 4 sentences. So, we have Te Adhikara Karmani Eva Asti, in brackets Asti, that is the Abhyahara, because the verse is, they have only one verb. So, we need to provide extra verbs to extend the meanings. So, then these verbs have been provided in brackets. So, Te Adhikara Karmani Eva Asti, Phaleshu Adhikara. Adhikara also had to be provided. So, Phaleshu Adhikara Kadachan Ma Astu, Tvam Karma Phale Hetuhu Ma Bhuhu, Te Sangaha Akarmin Ma Astu. So, when we give a graphical representation of these, so we have given the verb as the target and followed by its arguments. We have this Karaka and Karaketa relationships. So, Te Adhikara Karmani Eva Asti. Phaleshu, we have seen the Adhikara Kadachan Ma Asti. So when we phrase questions, these kinds of questions have been phrased. Putra Adhikara, Karmani Eva Adhikara. Karmani Eva Kasya Adhikara. So all the questions have been highlighted for emphasis. So then we have this Keshu, Kada, Kaha, Kasmin. So looking at the picture above, a teacher can ask questions, frame questions for the students to answer. So when we provided these computational tools, so keeping in mind these strategies, so we have this Padacheda, which is aligning to segmentation, breaking of the sentence into separate words or tokens. Then we have this Padarthokti, that is tagging, associating each word with a grammatical category. Then we have chunking, that is Vigraha. So we have this compound paraphrasing. So chunking, we have providing chunks, paraphrases. Then we have the parsing, which is Vakya Yojana, where we are giving the Daṇḍānvaya and Khaṇḍānvaya pedagogical tools. And then we have Akshepasya Samadhana, that is words and disaggregation. We are clearing any kind of doubts which arise in a text. So, Sanskrit Computational Linguistic Consortium, funded by the Indian government, was formed for the development of computational tools for Sanskrit, which is within 7 Indian institutes. So these tools, following these tools, have been developed by University of Hyderabad. Samsadhani website, the website is Samsadhani. So we have this Sandhi, this is combiner or joiner, and Sandhi splitter, morphological analyzer, morphological generator, compound generator, Sanskrit to Hindi machine translation, and the dictionaries. These all tools have been combined in a single package, and we have prepared a tool, e-reader for a text. So now what are the features of this e-reader? We have given access to the original text along with the Anvaya, Daṇḍānvaya and Khaṇḍānvaya, morphological analysis of each word, graphical representation of Karaka and Samasa, linked with thesaurus and bilingual dictionaries, Hindi as well as English word meanings and additional information like Chandas ityadi. So I shall now start presenting my what we have actually implemented. We have prepared an e-text. So before that, I will show you what Samsadhani tools have been developed. So I shall move on to that. So we have this Sandhi, we have these tools out here. This is the website. So we have these tools out here. So we are going through Sandhi combiner. So for example, if we take the examples from here itself. So we have Lakshmivan and Shubha Lakshmanaha. So now we have 4 types of pauses: Lakshmivan, Shubha Lakshmana, Lakshmivan, Shubha Lakshmana, Tugagamaha, Shtutva. These are the rules, the grammatical rules which are being provided, and the sutra for these rules. So we can have multiple possibilities, of how a word has been combined. So then whichever is appropriate for the text, we can use that. Similarly, if we want to split the text, so if we take the text from here, and we just copy this and provide it in the Okay. So now we have possible solutions after splitting the text. So we have a stem, a Pratipadika and the stem along with it. So Lakshmivan Shubha Lakshanaha, Lakshmivan again we have to create, we have to select an appropriate combination for it. So we have these kind of solutions. Again we have this morphological analyzer which analyzes a word. So we have a pulling word in masculine gender, in feminine gender and in neuter gender. When we give it, so these are the two possibilities. So we have Ram as a nominative pulling Prathama Ekvachan and Ra Dhatu also we have. So if we click on these, we have all the possible purpose and all the 10 ganas. We have all the passes. So here we see that Rami, Rava, Rama. So Rama word is also a verb.
Excuse me, because your popped-up screen is not visible.
Popped-up is not visible. Yeah. So in all the 10 ganas we have the verb form for Ra, the verb Ra. Okay, and for Ram, similarly for Ram also we have all the possible nominations, about it. So moving on to machine translation. So if we give a sentence, now we have an example sentence out here. So Dashradasya putra Ramah nagare koshat hastena brahmanaya dhanam dadati. We have all the karaka information out here in this sentence. So when we just click on that, so from Sanskrit, it automatically translated it in Hindi. Dashradasya putra Ram nagar mein kosh se haath se brahman ko dhan deta hai. So this is one of the example. Now moving on to the e-reader. So this is what we have prepared by combining all the tools. During my dissertation, this was one of the part of my PhD dissertation. So here what we were doing is we were in the process of preparing these tools, developing these tools. So during this time we had to use more of a human intervention, and then later on when the tools were fully developed, we again tested these tools with these text, and we found it that it was compatible. So we have all the information, all the verses are given on the left hand side. So if we click on any one of the verse, so I will take the verse which I had discussed before. So Karmanevadikaraste. So here we have the shlok order, this is the Anvaya order, and then we have the shlok order, the verse order which I said. Okay. Then if we want to know more about it, we just have to click on this pop-up window, and we have to click on the samasa if we want to see the samasa information, or if we want to see the sandhi rules or about the chandas. We just have to click on this pop-up window. And if we want to see the graphical representation of the correct representation which I had shown before, so these are the possible parses. And for samasa, compound. So this is the way we have passed. So we have to karma phala, karmani phalas, then karma phala hetu. So in a similar mode, we are into preparing more kind of e-readers for our classroom, for teaching purpose also, and for swadhyaya, for our own learning purpose also. So if we prepare these kind of e-textbooks for in each specific domains, that would be more helpful, useful for everyone. So this is what our intention was.
Preeti, just one more thing. you can go to the Sanskrit Hindi machine translation, and there, just run this sentence. One more feature I wanted to show. Yeah, and submit.
Okay.
And click on 1 here, so that you can get the chart also. 1A, you click on 1A. Yeah. So you get the parse tree here for the given sentence. So essentially what was done semi-automatically, now in the last 7-8 years we have moved to more and more automatic process. So given a sentence, machine can now analyze it and produce a dependency graph, and moreover each of these words we have linked to the dictionaries. Currently we have, maybe you can close this, no, just the graph, the dependency graph, yeah, and click on any of these words, say hasta or dasharata, okay. So here you can see there are 5 different dictionaries. One is Amar Kosha, which is Sanskrit to Sanskrit thesaurus. Then the second one is Apte's Sanskrit to Hindi dictionary. The third one is Monier Williams dictionary, which is Sanskrit to English. And the fourth one is Heritage, which is Sanskrit to French. And the fifth one is German dictionary, which is Kepler's Sanskrit German dictionary. So, and more dictionaries we are planning to add to this. So, anybody who is interested in reading any Sanskrit text, the person can directly enter that one. Machine will provide the segmentation, and once the segmentation is provided, then we can go for this analysis. Machine produces some analysis, and with that analysis we can produce either the Daṇḍānvaya, that is the prose order of the given verse, or with the help of Khaṇḍānvaya, that is GWH questions, a teacher can then explain the given prose or poetry by asking these WH questions and getting answers from them from the analysis. So that is from our side. Thank you.